Hello everyone, welcome along to round 2 of the LBRacing series number 3. We are here tonight at the wonderful Laguna Seca, the gravel track capital of the world, and amazing to see so many of you here watching already. It's great to see you all here. We've got Temp in the chat saying good luck all. We've got Chris Smith saying good evening, hello. Sandancer in there as well saying hello, good luck. Yeah, Sandancer is definitely going to be one to watch in the GR3s, which is coming up after the Porsche Cup. If we can already get all of the likes in on the stream, that would be fantastic to see. Already got 5 likes on there. If we can, if everyone can just get in there early, hit the like button, share it on out there as far and wide as you can, it goes a long way about helping us out here on the channel. So we will start off by looking through the tables from round 1 at Daytona a week ago already. Crazy to think a week has already gone by. So 14th there was Wacky with 12 points. We've got Stead there, 13th. Don't know where Stead is tonight. Was down to be racing. I'm not here, so he might be joining the lobby in a second. We've got Johnny there in 12th. Corky 11th on 15 points. Stuck on the grid there in 10th with 16 points. Unfortunately, Mark can't be with us tonight. Unfortunately, his mum is not very well. So our thoughts are with Mark and hope everything is okay with him and her. That's a Mark missing this round tonight. Sprinkler there in 9th, 17 points. Lee Duncan there, 18 points in 8th place. And then on the top half of the table, we got Watsy, 19 points. Stu Boy on 20 points. Nigel Mansnell, 21 points. Beefy, 22. And then into the podium places, Alex on 24. Deluxe on 27. And Temp on 31. And taking the fastest lap around Daytona last time out. So cracking effort there from everyone last time round. So we'll start off, we'll get the qualifying underway. Let's give the guys just a ready. And we can get some qualifying action underway here. Amazing to see the likes coming in on there. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep those likes up. Also, let me know in the comments who you're here supporting tonight. Just chuck in the driver's name and let us know who you're here to support and watch. And obviously, we will then make sure that we grab them on track and have a look at their liveries. Because there are a couple of drivers that missed out on round 1. Are racing tonight, so obviously we can look through them and have a look at their liveries. So let's get the qualifier underway. So it's 5-minute qualifying, 15-minute race on the soft tyres, so no tyre changes here. It is a sprint, the Porsche Cup, obviously in the Porsche 991, the 2017 Porsche that we have there for all of the drivers. So let's get this one underway and have a look at everyone as they come on out on track. It looks like it's going to be Lee's going to be the first one out. So we'll stay on board with Lee as we watch this car driving out. It's a really long pit stop here because obviously it's a really long pit exit. Pit exit takes you all the way around turn 1, as you can see here. And not so sunny in California here at the moment. So there is Lee out the pits for Team E Hard coming on out. So drivers that missed round 1 will be Race Law. So he was the GR2 man to beat last time round. He was the GR2 champion. Great shot with these Porsches coming around there. So as said in the chat, let me know who you are here supporting. Get it up in the comments. So there's Lee. There is Temp coming on through as well. Did obviously a good job last time out with the win and the fastest lap. Alex there in 3rd. We'll see how he gets on tonight at a different track. Another driver that did well because he missed the qualifier, so he had to start from the back, was Corky. Did a great job at getting himself up through the field. And I think the last one is Deluxe warming up his tyres. He's going to be going for an absolute flying lap. There, oh, it all changes. There's Nigel Mansell. There's Race Lord. So Race Lord has opted to go for my livery for the Porsche, which, to be fair, is a livery that I love. Nigel Mansell obviously took my livery as well and tweaked it. So they've got two similar liveries as we start to get the flying laps underway. So the first one to come around will be Lee. So we'll keep an eye on Lee and see what Lee can do. Cameraman is on point tonight. Great camera angle as they come on up. Let's see what time Lee can get in. As he heads towards the corkscrew, so the first... Oh, Alex in the background running wide there. First one to come through the corkscrew in and get is Lee. Seems to negate that well. Good use of the curve there. You want to just kiss out towards the exit, and then you want to run wide here and then get it nicely through the curve. Avoid the sausage curbs. That's the keys here, is to avoid those sausage curbs. You do not want to go near them. Last corner, gets the rotation in, and then it's just a drive to the line. Expecting qualifying to be a 122 or a 123. 123.3 there from Lee. Alex will obviously set a slow time. Temp goes through on pole, 121.6. Alex there goes on through. Johnny up to third. Where is Sprinkler coming from? He's gone through. Where's Wacky? Let's see what Wacky can do, because he's a bit further out. He's just completing a lap. And in the practice session before the race, he was on a good lap time. So let's see if he's managed to repeat that. Nigel Mansell, he goes into second. As Wacky comes up, he's on a slightly first lap, so he's obviously warmed the tyres up. Where is Race Lord? Race Lord crosses the line at 123.2, so he's into third place on his first flying lap. So at the moment, you've got Temp on pole. We'll see as he's coming up towards a split. D-Lux is a 123, so he gets himself up to third. Temp into the corkscrew. There is a split time just after the corkscrew, so we'll see what Temp can do from here. And he is down on his. He's pushing though. I think he's trying to get another lap. Where is the snail? There's the snail. Currently second at the moment. So it's close between second all the way down to fifth. There's a bit of a gap to sixth after that. So he's down as well. I want to see what Race Lord's getting up to. Johnny goes faster. Johnny up there into 7th place. Sprinkler goes faster. He's done a time that gets him there. And as we get YouTube Beefy 85 there, he sets a good lap time and gets himself up to third. So at the moment it's Temp, followed by Alex, followed by Beefy. Then we had Nigel Mansell. He's going to come round and start another lap. Wacky gets himself there through with a good lap time. Race Lord though comes on through. He's got himself up to third. He's managed to cross the line and he will get another lap in. So this will be his last flying lap. Where is Temp? Is Temp improving? I think Temp's coming up to traffic though, as Lee needs to get out of his way here because Temp is on a flying lap. He's purple, but he's not to traffic. And obviously if Lee's on a flying lap, he's not obliged to get out of his way. It's just unfortunate that he's caught traffic at the wrong time. But Alex has come into the pit, so he's not going to go any quicker. Let's see what Temp does here. Obviously, he will get the slipstream, which will help him, but I don't think he's going to improve by much here. As Temp doesn't improve. Lee, though, does improve. So that's why Lee wasn't getting out of the way, because he was on a quick... Let's see what Race Lord can do. Johnny improves, gets himself up to 8th there with that lap. Let's see what Race Lord can do. He's got 2 corners really left to go here. Negates 1. We've got a car facing the wrong way there. Nigel Mansell improves, gets himself up to 4th. So he's on the 2nd row. And let's see what Race Lord can do. Gets up to 2nd. So he will start on the front. Alex is starting on the 2nd row. Nigel Mansell in 4th. Beefy in 5th. Very, very close there. Watsy in 6th. D-Lux in 7th. Johnny in 8th. Lee in 9th. Wacky in 10th, out qualifying Sprinkler in 11th, Stewboy in 12th, and Corky in 13th. Rounding out the top of the order, but it is this man again setting the qualifying pace here. He's still side by side with Lee, even though it's on a return lap to the pits. But it is Temp on pole over Race Lord, 0.6 of a second between the two drivers. So Race Lord, a lot to do in the race, but there's no points for qualifying. It is just points for the race. We'll recap through there so we can see all of the times set by the drivers. So Temp on pole, 1 minute 21.602. Race Lord second to 122.224. Then it's Alex in third, only missing out by 1/10 of a second there. So not missing out by much at all. So doing really well there. And then it is Nigel Mansnell in fourth. Beefy there in fifth. Watsy sixth. Delox in seventh. So the driver that finished second in the last race there in seventh. Eighth goes to Johnny. Great lap from Johnny. Up in eighth. Lee Duncan there in ninth. Wacky in 10th. With Sprinkler in 11th. Stewboy in 12th and 13th. Going to Corky. Right, let's get the guys ready up. And we will, once they've all said that they're ready, get the action underway. Everyone's putting their readies up, which is what we want to see. Everyone get involved in the chat as well. Let me know who you're here to support. Obviously, let me know as well how you thought your team did, if you did race for a team in the charity race that we done on Saturday. Raising, I can confirm as well that Lara did raise over £1,000 in the end, which is phenomenal. Because obviously once we moved over our £300 and 7p that we raised and we gift aided it, that was an extra £75 as well with the gift aid, which was phenomenal. So massive thank you to everyone for that. Obviously goes a long way at helping out with that charity. Let's get this one underway. 15 minutes of action to bring you here at Laguna Seca in the Porsche Cup with 13 Porsches on track, all in the same car. No difference between any of the cars here, so it is just the only difference is made by the driver, as obviously it is a false start check here. All the Porsches lined up, waiting for the lights. And the lights are on. Here we go. Revving the engines. And we're underway at Laguna Seca. Everyone seems to be getting away well. This Porsche does take a little while to get up to speed, but Temp leading the pack away. A lot of cars taken to the gravel there early on to see what they can do. As, oh, a lot of cars off. Oh, wow, there's a couple of barriers gone already. As, oh, it gets a little bit squirrely in the midfield. But it looks like everyone's made it through. That's the main thing that we want to see, is everyone making it through there. Temp is absolutely bolted, it looks like, with Race Lord. Oh, is in the background. We will save that. No one's gone round, but Wacky did get pushed out wide there, it looked like. So we'll see what happened there in the background, as we will have a look at that. Let's go back to the race leaders. So that is Temp, followed by Race Lord, followed by Nigel Mansnell. Johnny up to fourth. What a start Johnny has had. Johnny absolutely flying up to fourth. Lee up to fifth. Those two have had an absolutely cracking start. They've got multiple places in the first lap here. Lee getting a little bit out of shape there in the background, but giving it control well with Watsy going past, or Watsy going around the outside, getting that move done. And Beefy looks to go around the outside and then takes a trip across the gravel. Sprinkler up to 7th, so he's done a good job on the opening lap as well. Beefy down in 8th. Stewboy in 8th now, as Stewboy going on through. Delox in 9th. Beefy down to 10th. Alex in 11th. Corky in 12th. And Wacky there in 13th place. But back to the leaders. Temp has a 1.3 second lead. Now, as we get a move there for Sprinkler going up the inside, Watsy's going to have the inside though, and he gets the move back. So let's have a look at what happened at that start. So we want to try and find where Wacky was. So he's around here. There he is. So goes on through the corner. Alex comes across back onto the track. And then, yeah, he just gets tapped. It looks like 3 into 1 just doesn't go. Gets pushed out. And obviously across the gravel, which is losing time. But he's up to 11th, so he's made a couple of places on this lap. So moving on back up those places is Wacky. 10th in the lead, 2.1 seconds in the lead as it stands at the moment. Racel in 2nd. Nigel Mansnell in 3rd. Johnny there in 4th. Lee in 5th. Watsy in 6th. Sprinkler 7th. Stewboy 8th. Deluxe now in 9th. Beefy in 10th. As a Wacky in 11th. Alex in 12th. And Corky there in 13th. As it stands at the moment though, Temp absolutely flying. He's got 2.1 second lead in the front. So he is pushing 2.4 now. 21.656 on his last lap. Compare that to Race Lord with a 22.6. So it's about 7 laps slower. So at the moment is Race Lord. Obviously then Nigel Mansnell having a good consistent lap time and good consistent race is Nigel. Johnny in 4th. Doing a cracking job is Johnny. Oh, Nigel's gone off. What's happened there to Nigel? Right, let's have a look. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, I'm getting confused with the buttons. So Johnny up to 3rd, he's in a podium place. He's up to 3rd, Johnny. He's absolutely flying. Sprinkler in 7th still. Watsy in 6th. Nigel Mansell dropping down to 5th. Lee looking to go on the inside. Lee getting the inside. So Lee now up to 3rd. This is a battle between everyone. It looks like. Everyone is on for a podium. There's pretty much 10 cars. There's one. Johnny runs wide. That's going to bring Johnny back into the clutches of the snail. The snail, though, is in a Academy Esports sandwich. Nigel Mansell does get past. Now Johnny's under pressure from his teammates on Watsy. Looks like Watsy running to the back of Nigel there. Oh, Watsy goes around. Watsy goes around. What happened there? I pressed the wrong button again. I'm getting my buttons all confused. Right, let's save the replay. Now let's press it. So this is on board with Johnny. Oh, can't see anything because of the dust. Let's have a look again. In a minute, we will. We'll go back to it in a minute. But Watsy went round there. So Johnny in 5th now. Sprinkler 6th. Deluxe in 7th now. Alex in 8th. Wacky recovered up to 9th now, and he is on the back of this. You can see that 3rd place podium. So he's doing an absolutely cracking job at recovering here from obviously when he got out wide at the start. A little battle in front going on between Sprinkler and Alex. Let's go back to the race leaders and see what's going on with them. So, Temp, 4.5 seconds in the lead. There is Racel. He's then got a 7-second gap back to Lee in 3rd. Lee's managed to pull himself out a 2nd gap over Nigel Mansnell. So he's pulled out a really good gap there as Lee. So is Nigel. He's managed to break away from Johnny. Johnny obviously was up in that podium place and then had that little trip into the gravel, and it's cost him back down. Deluxe is doing well, moving forward in the race in 6th. Sprinkler in 7th. Alex in 8th. Wacky in 9th. Beefy in 10th. Stewboy in 11th. Corky in 12th. And Watsy in 13th. Obviously, we'll go and have a review on what happened to Watsy in the spin earlier on. Don't know whether it was just under power or whether he was aided in his pirouette. Quick lap time there, though, from Watsy. So he's back on it. 5 seconds in front is Temp, consistently running in the 21s. Race Lord consistently running in the 22s. It's getting faster though, it's close to getting into the 21s now. Lee consistently in the 23s, and the one's maximised from the gravel here, keeping it on the track, keeping it nice and clean. And he's on for podium at the moment. So great job from Lee. Then Nigel Mansell catch away, he's done 3.23 is his fastest lap. Pulling a little bit of a gap on Johnny, so Johnny's now coming into the clutches of Deluxe and Sprinkler behind. So those two seem to be pushing on. Deluxe getting close to the back of Johnny. And definitely in that slipstream range now is Deluxe. So it is slipstream engaged for Deluxe. A little bit too far back for a turn 1 move, but Johnny does run wide. Deluxe up the inside. Slossing just behind Johnny, but he's gained a lot of time there. Getting the power down well, but Johnny's car's just in the way. Can he get the rotation here and get the power as well? He does get some power, but again, Johnny's car's just there. He just can't find a way around at this point. It's a difficult track to overtake on this Laguna. You've really got to wait for someone in front to make a mistake. And obviously this is a corner that people do make a mistake on. If you hit the curve here, it can knock you out wide, but they both seem to navigate that well. Johnny may be a little bit quicker through there on this lap now. It's the famous corkscrew, hard on the brakes. And the track just falls away from you. Both of them getting around there well. Don't want to hit that curve. He's there. It's a multiple round he goes. Round he goes. He hit that curb. We just saw it happen. He hit that curb. Gets it going, but he's down in 11th. So Johnny lives to fight another day in 5th. Alex in 6th. Now, where did Sprinkler go? Beefy in 7th. Sprinkler down in 8th and under threat from Wacky. So where is Wacky? Wacky is there. It's the blue against the red. So someone offers out. Sprinkler goes off wide again. He's on the gravel again. Gonna have dirty tyres. Wacky, now's your time to pound. Flash of the lights as well, saying, I'm coming for you. But Wacky seems to be coming under pressure here from Stewboy. Stewboy looking to the inside. Wacky covers it off though. Now Wacky gaining back on Sprinkler. As up the hill they go. Stewboy's got a great run here. He's going to go for the move on the inside with the flags in the corkscrew. Stewboy running wide. Oh, 2 out wide. Through they both got through. Wacky gets the place back. Got the crop right there. We had yellow flags. So who lost out in front of the corkscrew? Let's have a look. Let's go on board with Johnny and see, was it where Johnny is or was it where Alex is? Oh, it was further in front. Oh, it was Nigel Mansell spinning round and getting stuck when he tries to get going and get himself damaged, reversing down the track. And into the barrier again. Phoenix just trying to get himself out of the way. Luckily, he didn't collect anyone there, but Nigel Mansell going to 10th. So, podium-wise, oh, D-Lock's good looking for a move past there. Everyone dropping places like stones at this point. In the lead, 8 seconds clear is Team. Racelord in second. Has got into the 121s now. Lee in third, 4 seconds clear. Just under 3 minutes left. Johnny in fourth. Johnny will be ecstatic with a 4th place finish. Alex in 5th. Beefy up to 6th. What a result. Beefy was down in last at one point. So Beefy in 6th. Sprinkler in 7th. Taking a trip across the gravel at the corkscrew. Stewboy in 8th. With Wacky in 9th. Nigel Mansell in 10th. Watsy recovered up to 11th. D-Lock's in 12th. These guys are all still really close together. And Corky there in 13th. And he's only a corner behind the action as well. 10th though, still in the 1 minute 21s, consistently just pumping in 1 minute 21s. And now is Racelord. Racelord consistently pumping in 121s. Lee got a 4-second gap, Lee, for a podium here. And then behind, it's getting close between Johnny, Alex. They're quite close together on track. And then the real battle is here with Sprinkler in 7th. Stewboy in 8th, and then there's a really close battle going on now between Watsy and D-Locks. They're close together. Wacky has dropped down to 11th, so he must have had an off. I don't know whether we'll be able to capture that. Let's have a look. Don't think we were. He was already in 11th, so we appear to have missed that, so apologies for that. Corky up to 12th now. Nigel Mansell dropping down to 13th. Nigel was having such a... He was in the podium places at one point. This is what Laguna Seca does to you, ladies and gentlemen. Temp, 11 seconds in the lead of this race. Purple as well, through the first sector for him. Temp stretching his legs again. Racelord, second. Lee in third. This is going to be their last laps. Johnny, oh, he's got 4th. Johnny is in 4th, but still got Alex behind him. Doing a good job of keeping Alex behind. This is going to be their last laps. Beefy in 6th. Sprinkler for company in 7th. Watsy in 8th. D-Lock's 9th. Stewboy in 10th still. Corky in 11th. So he's got past Wacky. So Wacky must have had another off. He's down in 12th. Nigel in 13th. But let's get ready to watch Temp cross the line. He's not going to get another lap, and this is going to be the end of it for Temp. He's 11.6 seconds in the lead. Checker flag is out. Temp crosses the line, fastest lap as well, unless someone can improve on that. So we'll see as we watch Racelord cross the line. Can Racelord get a lap time in that takes it away from Temp? He got close. He done his fastest lap on his last lap and takes 2nd place. Lee crosses the line to take a podium and come in 3rd. Flash of the lights and across the track he goes into 3rd place. Ronnie takes 4th. He's going to take 4th over Alex in 5th. Beefy is going to cross the line in 6th to Sprinkler in 7th. As they both cross the line, Watsy will take 8th. D-Locks takes 9th. Corky will take the 10th place. As he crosses the line, we've got Al in the background. Oh, Stewboy goes round. So Corky crossing the line there and taking that place. And then it's going to be Nigel Mansell in 11th. Stewboy in 12th. I think Wacky waited for Stewboy. So Wacky in 13th. But it is Temp. It's Temp time, everyone. Taking another round win. Fastest lap as well. Pole position. It's a clean sweep for Temp. Let's save the replay there and we'll have a look at the results again. So as I said, Temp, fastest lap of the race. Racelord got quicker as the race went on, finishing in 2nd. Lee in 3rd. Congratulations to Lee on his podium. Johnny in 4th. Johnny will be really happy with that finish there. Alex in 5th. Beefy in 6th. Sprinkler 7th. Watsy in 8th. Delox 9th. Corky in 10th. Nigel Mansell in 11th. Stewboy in 12th. And Wacky there in 13th. Oh, what a result, everyone. Make sure we save the replay. Congratulations to everyone there. That was a cracking race. Laguna Seca is not one for the faint-hearted. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We will be back in a minute with the GR3 Masters. So we'll be back in a second. We will get the room set up for that one. Don't go anywhere. Back in a second. Hello everyone, we are back here for the GR3 Masters Round 2 at Laguna Seca. So we're still at the same track here at Laguna for some GR3 Masters action. So we'll let everyone get into the room. We will have a look through the table from last time out. So, starting off, bottom of the table, we have Miguel there in 12th, Gear Kayla in 11th, we've got Tyler there in 10th, Mike in 9th, Mario 8th, Ryano in 7th, and you can see all the different manufacturers in there as well, so showing you what manufacturers there are involved with each driver. And top half of the table, Hugo in 6th, Audio Muted in 5th, Rich there in 4th, Sandancer 3rd, with the fastest lap as well against Sandancer, and then Delox in 2nd, Gavsky currently in the lead of this championship by 3 points. And as you can see, it's Audi, followed by Hulk. So let's have a look. Who are we missing? I do feel like we are missing someone. Let's just have a look on here. So I think it is Hulky we're just waiting for. Send him over a quick message just to see where he is at. And see if he is coming. Is there anyone else? I think we're missing a couple of drivers. Let's just have a look. Let's just have a look. Because at the moment there's only 11 and there's definitely more than 11. So who are we waiting on? Let's just go through the list of drivers here. So we're missing Miguel at the moment. And we're missing Hulky at the moment. So we will give them a couple of minutes. Nigel Mansell obviously in the chat saying, sorry everyone, what a muppet. What happened, Nigel? Let us know what happened. Let's get rid of the table so you can see what's going on the screen. Never raced it. My new least favourite track. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. It is. It is it's a tricky one to obviously negate, obviously with the curbs. It's one of those that is definitely tricky to get around. Where is everyone? Where is everyone? That corkscrew keeps hitting the bin. It is horrible. So we're waiting on Hulky. Currently at the moment, all of these drivers have said that they are in to race. So who are I swear we're missing someone else. We've got Sandanza. We've got Sandanza. I'm just going through the list one more time and then we'll get this one underway. So Ryanu is in the room. Perfect. I'm in the room, obviously. Audio Mute's in the room. Mario is in the room. Then we've got D-Locks. We don't have... There's no D-Locks. Where? Oh, we do have D-Locks, sorry. D-Locks in the room. Sandanza is in the room. Sandanza in the room. Gear Kayla in the room. Definitely see Gear Kayla in there. Yep, Gear Kayla in there. Rich in the room. Perfect. Hugo in the room. Perfect. Hulky missing. Miguel missing. Gavsky in the room. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that would be 11. So just Hulky and Miguel missing. We will give them 1 more minute. And if they're not in the room, we will obviously start without them. We'll give them 1 more minute. Right, everyone, we will get the qualifier underway in 1 minute if no one else joins in that should be racing. They're meant to be here. Let's have a look at how the stream's doing whilst we're waiting. So if you haven't already, please hit the like button. It goes a long way at helping us out here. If you haven't already, please click that button and get a like in there. Let us know as well who you're here to support in the chat, and we will get this one underway. Let's give the guys ready up. Set times for qualifying. Everyone's throwing their readies in. Let's get the qualifier underway. So, a mixture of cars in here. It looks a bit cloudy here as well. Let's get the qualifier on the way. And we'll see who can take the pole position. So 10-minute qualifying, obviously, in this one, because they do have tyre wear, so to give them a chance to get in and change the tyres. As I bet you were on board with Race, we're always on board with Race Lord for some reason. So Race Lord in the Ferrari. Heat sounding car. Watching at the pits, a little bit sunnier compared to what it was in the Porsche, and he is off the pits. D-Lock's waiting around. We've got Lamborghini in the background of GR3. So the pitch, we've got the amazing sounding Mercedes out on track of Hugo, and we've got Audio Muted's one and also Mike's one, so 3 Mercedes on track. Gowski in the R8. Followed by Ryan in his R8 as well. Mario in the Porsche with his hazards on. Always has his hazards on at the moment for some reason. And it doesn't look like it's going to be Mario to... Mario is going to be the first one to set a lap time here. So here he comes to start the race. Start the qualifying. Is Mario. Mario negating turn 1 there nicely. We'll see what Mario can do on this lap, because it is a cracking livery. Took him a long time to make this one, it did. 22.4 is a good first sector from Mario. Right up to the edge there of the limits. So you don't want to dip the wheel in the gravel. And into the corkscrew he goes. We'll cut that first one and then cut the second one. Or actually get a nice bit of air there. Someone parked him on the side there. It's Mike. So I hope the Mike stays out of the way of everyone that's doing a qualifying lap, which he does. Obviously Mario going around there. The tyre wear on these cars around here is insane. Mario rounds the last corner onto the start finish straight, and he sets the first time. It's a 24. Gowski crosses the line, he does a 23. Ryanu goes through, Hugo in second. Great job there from Hugo. Where is Racel? What's Racel going to do in the Ferrari? So at the moment, Gowski on pole. Racel about to cross the line, and he does a 22.6, so he takes pole. Santanzalo takes pole. In the other Porsche, 22.287 for Race Lord. Audio Muted going through in 7th there. Who's left to do a qualifying lap is D-Locks and Mike. D-Locks crossing the line. He does a 24.2, so he's in 8th. Doesn't look like this is potentially a track for the R8. Looked like at Daytona, it was an R8 track. Then we get to Laguna, and at the moment it looks like it's a bit more suited for the Porsche and the Ferrari. Kayla in 6th, doing a good job in the Lamborghini there. Might be a track suited more towards the Lamborghini as well. It's Ryanu getting out of his way as he comes around on his latest qualifying lap. A lot of cars coming into pits, a long pit stop it is here. And let's see what the Lamborghini can do. Mario improving, Gowski improving, he's gone up to 3rd as Gowski. Mario doing an okay lap time there, but nowhere really on the paces. Mike goes through in 11th, I think that lap time will be as well. Sandanza goes faster at 22.2 dead. So he hit that one on the head. Good Previn Deluxe improves. So Sandanza will probably be in on this lap. Racelaw just leaving the pits. Banging down through the gears. Getting the car turned in on his out lap. I think Gavsky probably on an in lap. Yeah, he is. Coming into the pits is Gavsky. So is Gear Kayla. Just coming into the pits. He's got half second penalty to negate as well. And that's not going to start until his next one. So a lot of cars in the pits. This is what I mean, how long this takes. As Mike does a fastest lap time. Where's that put Mike? That puts Mike still in 11th with 24.414. Mike now on his next flying lap. Mike's doing a great job here. We'll see what he can do to get himself up the order a bit here. Keep an eye on him through the caution. Obviously the Mercedes are quite a long car. He's not improving on this lap, so we'll see obviously on the next lap what he can do. Now we get Sandanza on a new flying lap, on a new set of tyres. Just under 3 minutes left in the qualifier. Let's see what he can do. Racelaw needs to make up 4 tenths. We'll see what Sandanza can do on his next 5 laps. Hugo does a 22.9, puts himself up to 4th. Brian goes faster. Where is Racelaw? He's on a flying lap. Let's see what he can do. Goes faster, but it's not enough for pole. He needs to find another 2 tenths. As we get someone joining the room that shouldn't be in the room. What is it with people? Right, let's just come away from the race in a minute, because I'm just going to vent for a second. What is it with people that see a room that says, like this, round 2, live on YouTube, and they think, I'll join that. And then they go and leave like that. They come in here, they put someone in the chat, and then they just leave. Why do people do it? Where is Sandanza on track? So he's heading towards a split here, so we'll see what he gets first. All gets out of the way, and he manages to get that with cars going everywhere. Sandanza, he is on for a 21, which will be incredible lap time. Let's see if he can get that. A little bit of grammar cab in there. Mario, new fastest lap for him, gets himself up to 6th. So we go. Can he improve? Can Sandanza improve? He's got another lap in. He does improve. He's on a sub 22. What can Racelaw do? Racelaw to the line. Doesn't improve, but he will get one more lap in. Gavsky is on a new flying lap. This is going to be Hugo's last lap. Ryanu's last lap as well. Ryanu right on the apex there. Deluxe gets himself up to 6th, and he's got another lap in. The guy just see us. So Hugo's coming to the pits. Kayla's going nice and slow, keeping out the way of everyone off the track there. So Deluxe in 6th, Mario in 7th. So this will be Mario's last lap. Mario's the next car to cross the line, so we'll watch Mario cross the line and see what he can do. Ooh, don't think there's going to be improvement out there, Mario. I don't think you're going to find the lap time out there. Who goes through? Let's try and see. Hugo's in the pits. Ryanu's there. Deluxe there. Mario there. Kayla's further back. Audio Muted's further back of there. Rich is in the barrier, so Rich isn't going to improve. Mike's in the pits. Sandancer coming to the line. This is going to be his last flying lap. Let's see what Sandancer can do. Can he improve? No, doesn't improve. Can Racelaw take it away from him? Half a second off in the Ferrari. Can he improve and get himself on the front row? So on pole position, he's not going to be improving from Racelaw. Gowski's completed his. Hugo's coming out of the pits. Ryanu's not going to improve. Deluxe could improve. Can he get himself higher up? It's not going to be improvement for Deluxe. Mario has finished his lap. Kayla is on a lap, but not going to improve because he's got damage and it's a 2-minute lap. So, as he punches it to the line, it looks like it's Sandancer who takes hold. With a 1 minute 21.868. Great time out for Sandancer. The first sub-22 we've seen tonight around Laguna Seca. But great effort, great job there. So I'm just waiting for the last few drivers to finish their laps. As there we go. Right, let's have a look at the qualifying times there. Sandancer on pole, 1 minute 21.868. Racelaw second. Gavsky third. Hugo in fourth. Ryanu in fifth. Deluxe in sixth there. Mario seventh. Kayla in eighth. So have a look at this. So it's Porsche, Ferrari, Audi, then a Mercedes, then an Audi, then an Audi, then a Porsche, then a Lamborghini, then a Mercedes, then a McLaren, and then another Mercedes. So it's a mixture there across the board. Oh, Mario, sorry, TV tunnel is out. Oh, I know Mario's been having issues with that over the last few days. Let's hope that doesn't happen in the race for him. I know he's been having those issues over the last few days, so as I said, hopefully that won't happen. So let's give everyone set the tyres for the start. I think everyone is getting their tyres done and readying themselves up. Gowski in the chat saying congratulations to Sandancer. Yeah, great time. The first sub time that we've seen that, and then it's really close. Gavsky all the way down to Audio Muted. They're all within a second of each other. So third to ninth, all within a second of each other. So obviously, just a reminder, it is the hard tyre and the soft tyre you've got to use. You can use them in any order, but they've both got to be used in this 30-minute race. And I think you're going to find the tyre wear is going to be exceptionally high on the soft. Let's get this one underway. Round 2 of the GR3 Masters here at Laguna Seca. Let's start this race. And see what manufacturer, what car can take the win here. Can it be the Porsche? Can it be the Ferrari? There's so many different options of who's going to win this one. They're all so close on track. Let's get everybody on there. Obviously, again, false start check. Watch out for the start of Hugo on the second row in the Mercedes. He is going to absolutely fly. We're going to go on board with him because this Mercedes is a rocket ship in disguise, but it's a very tight track. As we get underway, look at him go, he's straight on up to third, he's going to get second. Straight, is he going to get first? It's a rocket ship, this Mercedes off the line. As Hugo leads into turn 1, started 4th, and up into the lead of the race. Everyone looks to be behaving, but the rocket ship that is the Hugo Mercedes absolutely flying there. Racelord in second, Sandanza down to third. Everyone pointing the right way, which is what we want to see. Critically, Racelord getting in front of Sandanza. Sandanza on the soft tyre, Racelord on the soft tyre. Hugo's on the softs as well. Delox is on the hards. Gavski's dropped down to 5th, and he's on the softs. He really needs to get past Delox. He's had a great start there. Ryanu on the hards. Audio muted on the hards. Mario on the hards. Here, Kayla. Oh, Mike just braking in time there to avoid Rich. Gear Kayla on the softs. Rich on the hards. Mike on the hards. But it is. Ooh, the weird dust being kicked off in the background there. Hugo leading lap 1. The Mercedes is the car to watch here, especially, as I said, at those starts, it absolutely flies off the line. Racelord's got to defend against Sandanza. Great rotation there from the Ferrari. Now, I think Racelord knows that he needs to catch Hugo as fast as he can and get past him, and then let Hugo defend against Sandanza, because that could be the defining moment, as if he can get that Mercedes between him and Sandanza. So watch him coming on through here. Oh, did Hugo run wide? He did a little bit, and that's given Racelord the lead. Hugo's going to come under pressure here from Sandanza. And that's going to give Racelord the chance to run. Now what he needs to do here, Racelord, is bolt. He needs to go. He needs bollards. The tyres are being worn out. Such an absolute rate of knots these softs are going down. Gavski's got himself up to 4th, which is obviously crucial because he's on the soft tyres. Racelord's got a second lead. Ooh, Sandanza dancing around there in the background. Fastest lap going to Racelord, 1 minute 23, proves only 4-3 at the moment. We reckon that will probably drop down as the race goes on. But at the moment, Ferrari in the lead by Mercedes in second, Porsche in third of Sandanza. 4th is the Audi of Gavski. Then it's an Audi train, so it's Audi of Gavski, Audi of Delox, then another Audi of Ryanu. Then we get a bit mixed up, because then we go to Gear Kayla in the Lambo. And we've got Mario in the Porsche. And we get a change for position there. A little battle in the background here. So now we've got audio muted in the Mercedes. Rich in the McLaren. As all yellow flags, we'll save the replay. Who's gone on here? It's a bit further on. I think it was... It's Sandanza that's gone round. We'll watch the replay. He's got rear end damage. What's happened here? Has he gone into the barrier backwards, it looks like? He comes on through. Let's just go round. Spins there and into the barrier backwards. Rear end damage and rear wheel damage for the guy that was on pole. Dropping it down there. As there we go. Now we get the fuel glitch come up. I worked out it's when we did the replay. So he's dropped down to 8th place on the soft. So that means Racing in the lead. Hugo 2nd. Gavsky 3rd now. So Gavsky doing a good job on the softs. Deluxe is the highest placed hard running driver. So don't count him out for later on in the race. He's got Ryanu behind him, who's also on the hard, and then they've got GR3 behind on the softs. So it's going to be interesting to see the two R8s that are on the hards coming into play later on. See Mario on the hards, Sandancer on the softs, but he's now got a lot of ground to make up. He's looking to go up the inside there, but run out of road. The wheel damage and the aero damage on that car is not going to be helping him out a lot. Audio Meted in 9th, with Rich in 10th and Mike in 11th, all on the hard tyre. So we'll see them come into play later on in the race. But at the moment, it's Racelaw 2 seconds in the lead. Fastest lap of the race as well, going to Racelaw at the moment. Obviously, we might see that change later on in the race when we see other cars changing onto the soft tyre. Hugo, cracking job here, but his tyres are starting to run out. I think we might see some pit stops at the end of this lap. So Hugo's front right tyres, about a quarter wear left on it. As Gavsky's is about halfway. So Gavsky probably good for another lap or two. Hugo probably coming into the pits. I don't think Hugo's got his brake ballast towards the rear from what I'm seeing here. Will we see Hugo stay out for one more lap? That front right is screaming. He is staying out for one more lap. He is risking it. Obviously Gavsky gaining ground as this goes on. D-Log's on the hard. He's got a fair bit of tyre wear left. But he needs to go another 12 minutes in this race, at least. Ryanu in 5th, GR3 in 6th. His tyre wear is looking okay at the moment on the Lamborghini. The car that used to be notoriously bad for tyre wear. Not doing too bad in 6th place. Sandancer has got past Mario. Obviously got to live with that tyre wear that he's got and the damage. Mario in 8th, tyres looking great on the Porsche. Porsche obviously always does one of those tyres. Audio Muted in 9th, he's got loads of tyre left to go, he's on the hard. So does Rich on the hards. So does Mike on the hard tyres. These guys have got tyre wear for days left. Racing, probably got another 2 laps of tyres in them. In the Ferrari, so he's doing really good lap times and also keeping the tyres alive. Which, as I said, the wear on these softs is going to be insane. I reckon we'll see Hugo coming into the pits on this lap, as we do see Hugo coming in, and we see Gavsky coming in. That's an early stop for Gavsky. Racelaw staying out and getting another soft lap in. He's into the 24s now, but I don't think Deluxe has been doing 25s consistently, so it'll still be quicker. Racelaw, they'll still be building a gap. 25 again. As Ryanu appears to have lost some time somewhere, because now he's got Sandancer for company. So the 2 SLM cars there on track together, with Rich now in 7th. Dancer there in, already muted in 6th. What's happened to Mario? 7th. We've got Gavsky. Where's Mario? Mario's got front end damage. Mario's in the pits. Mario's going to have to try and make it. It's going to be an aggressive. Is he going to change tyre? Is he going to change tyre? Is he going onto the softs? He's gone onto the softs. He's going to go for it's an aggressive two-strop strategy. Let's see how it pans out for him. So Gavsky now in 10th, just behind Hugo. These guys are both on the hards now. So this is net 2nd and 3rd. Oh, we got a car round. We have a car round. Who are they about to go past? I don't know who they just went past there. I think it was Mike. Let's watch the replay. It was Mike. What happened to Mike? He's got damage. Let's see what happened to Mike. Through the corkscrew. So he's just heading up the hill towards the corkscrew. Into the corkscrew, I think. Oh my goodness. Early on him. It wasn't even with the change of direction. The corkscrew claims another victim. This time Mike Sandanza in the pits though. Sandanza in, and he's got his stop out and underway. Race Lord still carry on. 25 last time. So I think it's definitely going to be the right time to see him come into the pits. The tyres are shot. Deluxe in 2nd. Obviously hasn't pitted yet. Ryanu hasn't pitted yet. Kayla getting overtaken by Audio Muted, who's on the hard tyres. Kayla I don't think has pitted yet. He's got damage and he's got really, really worn out tyres now. Race Lord is into the pits. We're seeing the hard tyre runners now start to make up ground. Obviously on the guys that come into the pits, they've lost a little bit of time now with the pit stops. Hugo still, Gavsky behind it. Race Lord still yet to arrive to his pit box. This track is terrible for pit stops. In he comes, gets the tyres changed. And where's he going to come out? There's a group of cars coming down there now, and he's going to come out behind them. Now, where is Hugo? Sorry, you're missing out where Hugo is. There's Hugo. There's Race Lord. There's Hugo. So Race Lord just about to exit. Hugo just coming on through. Gained a bit of time on Gavsky has Hugo. Mike up to 8th. Sandanza in not Caleb just going out the pits. Mario there in 11th, but on softs. Good lap time there for Mario, 23.7. Deluxe there. Now in the lead on the right. Oh, you're not going to find it out there, Deluxe. Keep it on the bright stuff. The sand is not very grippy. Rowney not too far behind, so Rowney in a great position here. So he's already muted as well. All of these guys on the hard tyres. Rich on the hard as well. And there's Race Lord, who has come in to pit. So our net race leader, once all the pit stops are done, will be Race Lord, who's having a cracking race out there. Absolutely flying. So doing really well is Race Lord. Hugo as well though in 2nd, still Gavsky behind him, which is great to see. Hugo having a really good race, really strong result this would be for Hugo in the Mercedes. Gavsky kicking up a bit of gravel there. Mike carrying on with the damage, not pitting early to get rid of it. Still got Sandanza behind, who obviously has pitted. Now in the 24s on his hard tyres. he'll be happy with that, with his pace on the hard tyre. Doing well there. Michaela has come in and got himself on the hard tyre, so he'll be now running to the end. And Mario, obviously, using those softs, will probably have to pit twice. But at the moment, D-Lock's on the lead. I don't think we're going to see these guys come in for probably about another 15 minutes or so. I think we'll be around when we see them, so 15 minutes, another 5 minutes until we see them coming in. But really good tyre wear on the Audi there, only half worn on his front right. Coming through the corkscrew. So they've got 4 seconds back to audio muted in third at the moment. And Rich like that in the McLaren. Now obviously Race Lord will be praying that these guys come into the pit soon, because he's catching up. Now obviously there's not going to be any blue flags because it is actually 4th position. Now here comes Race Lord. This is going to be interesting to see. What Race Lord can do here into turn 1. He needs to be like a knife through butter with the cars in front. Oh, Rich goes off. That gets one done for Race Lord. Gets himself up to 4th. Rich now down in 5th. Hugo in 6th. Where's Gavsky gone? So Mike now in 7th. Sandan's in 8th. Gavsky's in the pits. Gavsky in the pits. Where's the button I need? He's 2-stopping? Did he get damage? I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to see it either. No, we're not going to be able to see it. Well, this is massive because now Gavsky's come out really far behind. Mario obviously will probably need to pit one more time. I don't think he's going to make those tyres last 12 more minutes. So Gavsky, who was in 2nd, as you see Mike coming into the pits. So really D-Locks now is on for a 3rd place here, because he was net 4th before obviously Gavsky's pitted again. Laguna Seca claiming another victim. He's claimed a few tonight. Ryani though, all over the back of D-Locks. They're going to go side by side into the corkscrew. Ryanu just sitting behind here, putting that pressure on. Ryanu could be the one that's on for a podium here. Sliding at 1 through here, getting a good line there was Ryanu, getting the power down there, catching up loads. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. D-Locks is going to have the outside, Ryanu on the inside. Ryanu getting the move done. D-Locks late on the brakes, looking to go around the outside, but Ryanu getting the move done, taking the lead of the race. Obviously yet to pit, and so is D-Locks. much losing it there was Rayano. He kept it together though. Race Lord there in third. Now he's got audio muted for company. So he's got past audio muted. Rich is out pits and Rich is in there. Mario's in. Mario's in the pits. So where's Mike? Mike's gonna go through. Gavsky's gonna go through. Mario will have good tyres though for the end. Now will we see Rayano come into the pits on this lap? 10 minutes left to go in the race. Will we see Rayano coming on him? Nope, stays out for another lap. Deluxe stays out for another lap. Race Lord staying out. Audio muted in. This will move Hugo up. This could mean is Sandancer going to be on the forward? He's on the hards. Is Sandancer going to recover after that spin to get himself a podium? It is a very menacing livery. What's it? Is extremely menacing livery. You wouldn't want to see that in your rearview mirror. Audio muted coming out of the pits. Now where's he going to come out? On the softs, coming out now. Getting out in front of the group of cars that are just coming up behind him. So there's GR3 behind and Rich. So audio muted getting out in front of both of them. So that was crucial. Maintaining track position in 6th place. Now, will we see Rayano pit? It's going to give me nightmares. Oh, Rayano! Don't lose it. Rayano, half-second penalty as well. They're both in. They're both in the pits. So Rayano in. Deluxe's team waiting for him as well. Race Lord will take back the lead of the race. As he comes on through. Retakes the lead. Hugo retakes second. Now, where is Sandancer? Where is... There he is. Sandancer will take third back. Just getting the tyres changed on Rayano. Rayano out. Deluxe out. They are getting out just in front of audio muted. So audio muted will stay in 6th. Rayano 4th. Deluxe 5th. GR3 7th. Rich in 8th. Mike in 9th. Gavsky in 10th. And Mario in 11th. Good lap time there for Mario. Can he take Race Lord's fastest lap away? Race Lord with the fastest lap of the race at the moment. And 7 seconds in the lead. Hugo in 2nd. He'll be loving this. Sandancer in 1st. Good recovery from Sandancer. Then it's Deluxe in 4th after Rayano served his penalty. Hasn't served his penalty yet either. So this is going to move Rayano closer to audio muted. We do not have a driver of the day vote at the moment. I will, to be fair, I will post it out. I'll put it on up in Discord tomorrow. And I'll put it up on YouTube so people can go on YouTube. Oh, Johnny for the Porsche. It's either Johnny or Lee. Lee did very well. I think that's Lee's first podium as well. But yes, Johnny did extremely well. I don't know who started lower, Johnny or Lee. I think Johnny did. So Johnny actually made up more places. So fair play to Johnny. Probably that would sway my vote against Johnny for it. probably sway him there for my vote. If it was Johnny that made up more places. Here you go, audio muted now, only a second behind. Less than a second behind. Kayla there in 7th. Rich in 8th, but Rich on the soft tyres, so he's going to be gaining ground up. Mike in 9th. Mario in 10th, because Gavsky, has he pitted again? I think Gavsky's pitted again. Gavsky's pitted again. Gavsky going for fastest lap? So these two pitting twice. Can someone take away Racehorse's fastest lap? Still with the fastest lap Racehorse, he's done that so well. I mean, done on lap 3 because he was in the softs. Just under 5 minutes left to go. Hugo still running in 2nd. 4 seconds clear of Sandanza in 3rd. Deluxe 4th. Ranu 5th. Audio muted in 6th. Kayla 7th. Rich getting closer though in 8th with the soft tyres there. Mike in 9th. He is 28 seconds clear of Mario in 10th. And Gavsky in 11th. Racehorse is coming round to the back to potentially look at lapping them. Hugo having a great race at the moment. I think my driver of the day for this would go to Hugo. Chuck him up in the chat, actually. Put your vote in there. Who would get your driver of the day? My one would go to Hugo. Started 4th, absolutely rocket ship off the line, and now running 2nd, but Sandanza is coming. Sandanza in 3rd at the moment, only 2 seconds now behind. Fastest lap of the race, going to Gavsky. He's done it at 22.933, takes it away from Racelord, so he does take the point away from Racelord. Now it's him battling with Mario for last place here. R8 versus the Porsche. Both on the soft tyre as well. 2 minutes left. Whereabouts is Racehorse? He's just coming through there. Hugo now only a second in front. The tyres are going off on the Mercedes. The tyres look better on Sandanza's car. Deluxe on the softs. He's still got to make up 9 seconds he would do to get Hugo or Sandanza, because that battle is now under a second. Sun sets at Laguna. And here we go, into corkscrew. You go half a second in front now. Sandanza coming, looking for that 2nd place. Hugo's tyres are dying a death. Sandanza's looking so much better. Deluxe making up loads of time. Now this is going to be the last lap for everyone, I think. Hugo going defensive. If there's one thing that Mercedes has got, it's straight line speed. This will be the last lap for them. Race Lord 9 seconds up the road. D-Lux in 4th, Ryan in 5th, Audio Meter 6th, Rich in 7th, Mike in 8th, which means Gear Kayla I think has dropped down to 9th. This is tyre wear. Mario still hanging on to the lead over Gavsky. There, now, these two, will they get another lap in? That's going to be the crucial thing. Where is Race Lord? Race Lord is there. Oh, this is going to be close. We'll keep on board then with the Mario Gavsky battle. Gavsky looking to go on the outside, is he? It's going to be a last lap. It's going to be a last corner. Mario sending Gavsky to the outside. Mario taking the inside. Gavsky will look for the cutback. Getting the power down on the R8. Wants faster in a straight line. Checker flag comes up now. It's going to be Mario who beats Gavsky to the line for 10th and 11th. Round in the last corner to take round 2. Take the round 2 win of the championship goes to Race Lord in the Ferrari. Hugo is going to hang on here and take 2nd place. He's happy with that. I wish I knew how to say congratulations in Portuguese. Well done, Hugo. Sandanza will take 3rd. D-Lux in 4th. Ryanu takes 5th. He's happy with that one, flashing the lights there. Audio Muted in 6th, flashing the lights as well. He's happy with that one. Rich will take 7th. He's got rear end damage, Rich, so I don't know what's happened there. He crosses the line and takes 7th. It's a drag race behind between Mike in 8th and Gear Kayla in 9th, and that rounds out the results. It is Race Lord taking the win. So another good result there for Race Lord. Made up 1 position in the race. Didn't get the fastest lap though, because the fastest lap, we'll save the replay. The fastest lap did go to Gavsky, so Race Lord with the race win. Hugo in 2nd, well done to Hugo, great result there for him. Sandanza 3rd, D-Lux 4th, Ryanu 5th. Audio Muted in 6th, Rich in 7th, Mike in 8th. Good recovery from Mike because he was stone there last time. Big incident at the corkscrew. Gear Kayla in 9th, Mario 10th, Gavsky in 11th, with the fastest lap going to Gavsky. Well done everyone, we will be back in a week's time, so next Monday we'll be back. Let's just remind ourselves of where we're at. Let me just have a look, or let me consult my calendar. I think we're staying in America, from memory. No, we're not. Next week is Spa. So we've got Spa next week, and then Brands Hatch the week after, and then we have our little mid-season break. So everyone, thank you for tuning in and watching tonight. Another cracking result Mario in the chat. Sivkowski, sorry, the hate coming last. Cracking results there from everyone. Well done to everyone involved. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching, and we will be back next week for round 3. I'll catch you then.